Hey guys, Justin here back again with Rampengu Nation, and you guys requested to see the Drytron deck profile post info, so I thought I would show you guys like kind of what I've been working with. I played in like one info tournament, made like top 8 with this, went undefeated and Swiss. It was kind of good. We were able to keep editing our decks. I just only played Drytron and kept editing it. Before I used to just side like the magic key stuff, I realized like game 1 you need to like guarantee your protection against like impermanent droplet, so it just like secures your win and doesn't conflict. So let's go over the deck profile and I'll explain like everything as to why. So we max out on Fafnir and Nova because I feel like that's pretty obvious since now the deck has 1 card starters, so that just feels like way more important to do. So Fafnir is actually like just really good because if Zeta gets stopped, it can still grab Meteonis in your first turn, so you're still able to like ritual out DMAD. That's a Drytron, Meteonis, Alpha, Draconids, so I just call him DMAD for short, and then the other one I will just call Draconids. So you play 3 Fafnir, 3 Nova. It's pretty explanatory, and then 1 Terraforming, 1 1-for-1. These are all your 1-card starters. This is kind of like 1+ monster starter. If you open any of these guarantee you're able just to normal summon Vandy Ruler. Just check out my previous video. I show you how Nova loans like Vandy Ruler. I played 2 pot, might want to up this to 3 because your whole point is just you want to either dig for like the Ben 10 bridge, a way to the magic key, your board breakers, or just a way to new 2. 3 alpha, the OG boy, you know. 3 new 2, this is the card that's like what's redefined the deck completely to focus more on the machines and Drytron parts of it. I truly think that new 2 is like the bread and butter of the deck. Now it's not Natasha looping anymore. You don't need Diviner because like there's not much profit to like ritual summoning back Ben 10 and doing all of that, when D2 kind of makes the deck like more consistent. Now that we just need 1 card to play, I would rather just like maximize on this card. So yeah, you can choose to play like less of it, but with any combination of a Drytron, so if you open like Gamma or Delta with it, it's just full combo, so you might as well just max it. 3 Zeta, just to search Meteonis. It's the worst one post turn 1 because once you have Meteonis in rotation, you just kind of just don't want it anymore. But DMAD makes it to where it's fine because you could just banish the Zeta later on, or just like any extra copies with the move Beta to get its interruption effect. 1 Delta, 1 Gamma. I would play more Delta if I wasn't playing Pot. I feel like that's kind of obvious, and then Gamma kind of sucks like by itself, but if you open like Gamma and Mewtwo, it's kind of clean because you can go like Gamma, tribute Mewtwo, revive it, trigger Mewtwo's effect, and then use Mewtwo later on the turn to revive for Ruler. 3 Emergency, this card is actually like super crazy because it could also add DMAT or Draconids. It could also add Mewtwo, so it's like very, very good. The reason why 1-for-1's good is because it can special Mewtwo. If you read Alpha, it says that this card must be special summoned with the effect of a Drytron card, but Mewtwo just says must be special summoned by card effect, so you can 1-for-1 out Mewtwo. So I played DMAD. This is one of the new rituals for the deck. So you can ritual him with Meteonis Drytron. Other Drytron monsters you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So this is kind of cool, so they can't just like out your Mubeta if it's on the field. And then up to twice per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can banish Drytron monsters from your graveyard whose total attack equal or exceed that monster's original attack. So you'll generally have 2 free banishes in your grave because you'll have Zeta and you'll have Mubeta. So you'll get to banish those as an interruption, which is kind of nice. So generally, if you're able to end with this with Ruler, it's pretty sticky because he has a floating effect, because if this ritual summon card is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon 1 ritual monster with 4k attack from your hand or deck, so you can bring out the other Draconids, and then that's another interruption too. So because he can banish guys from your grave to pop special summon guys, so it's pretty good. As you could tell, the deck has no Natasha, so your way of clearing boards is with the little Draconids. It's really easy to do because you can just summon it or you just Zeus them. Like either of those options are like very easy. You don't really need Natasha anymore because it conflicts too much with Mewtwo because you can't ritual summon her. So Draconis is pretty good because of his like kind of like hidden effect, like secret effect that people don't really know. It says it can attack all special summon monsters your opponent control 1 each. So he's just gonna, like, if you Dark Ruler the board, you can just clear everything with Draconids and then tribute it later to summon Ruler. So that's how you clear boards. One Beta Buster, he's your win condition going first. Instead of like using Natasha and stuff, I use him because he's a machine and I can ritual him. He's perfect for the deck because he's 2k, so just one Drytron summons him. Then when he's summoned, he can search for unlocking, and this is spell trap protection for your ruler. Not only that, he's a machine, so he counts for Mubeta as a negate as well. So it's really nice to play. Through Ben 10, it's pretty obvious. No Natasha, kind of explained why it conflicts too hard with Mewtwo, and you don't need it to break boards. Ruler, the only normal summon of the deck, because we don't play the extra cards for Diviner at all. It's not good. You don't really have a good end board unless you end on like DMAD Mubeta with using Diviner. But in my opinion, it's not worth, and you would just rather play like more extenders or board breakers. 3 prep, this card's like extra crazy in the deck now because of Mewtwo. Since we always have access to Alpha, we just need to grab either Ben 10 or Mubeta. In my previous video, I showed like how that's like full combo. 3 Dark Ruler, 3 Droplet. Those are the board breakers I chose to play because game 1 you just care about like cracking through the Fiendsmith boards, using them, dropping Ruler, and that's how you win. Or Draconids like clearing their field and then dropping Ruler. Like either of those conditions like are pretty good. Most Fiendsmith boards and Uvel boards can just get cracked by Dark Ruler, and nobody's ever calling Blind Light against you with Protoss, and if they do, well, I guess that really sucks. That's like kind of the only way you lose is getting hit by Protoss. But they have to know you're playing Drytron, right? And then the 3 last cards, why it's 43 cards. The 2 Garnets, which is the Ritual spell and the Unlocking, and then one of my personal favorite cards, Ritual Sanctuary. So this gives you another terraforming target, which is pretty good. Because if you already open Nova or Fafnir, you want another card to search from your deck that's like has benefit. Tricking Game wasn't really that good because it conflicted with Prosperity. But the benefit of Ritual Sanctuary is that if I open a card like Dark Ruler or an additional Emergency or an additional Nova, and I just want like another card, this provides me with a way to grab Ben 10, which is pretty good. So it's worth its value. And then because it can grab Ben 10, you can use your Alpha to search your Beta, so then you can end on Ruler Negate. The side deck is still like kind of like under construction a little bit, but I like a lot of the choices. Like Mulchummy I think is like really good in this deck, because when you go second, you just want to draw into like Dark Ruler, Droplet, or like Evenly or Kurakara. I like Kurakara more than Nib in this deck specifically because it's a level 1. It just makes it to where you don't play many hand traps, and you can choose to just change like this whole line of cards that I have like right here. All these can change if you want to play Mulchummy, Droll, like Mulchummy, Droll, Ash, Imperm, like in some kind of iteration with Crossout. That way you don't get just like hit by Crossout. If you go first and you have Mulchummy in your hand, you could just make SP pass. So 3 Mulchummy, 3 Kurakara, it's really good. If you open one name, break their board, summon it, make Mubeta, dump Mewtwo, and you keep playing. So that's kind of self-explanatory why it's in here. And it's you can grab it up. Prosperity, it helps you break through like Apple boards really well, because you can just like drop her, then smack over like SP or so. If they use SPs like Effect to Banish, you can just tribute the SP after and then just like do a bunch of stuff. Also, you just randomly kill Snake Eyes with this card, believe it or not, because if you're able to force them to use Flamberge, to like resummon Ash, use Oak, use Popular, use SP on field, you're going to be able to just tribute all those guys, drop Kurakar, and just go for game. So it's pretty neat. 3 Evenly, because I wanted more like profit cards to draw off Mulchummy that'll just help me end the game, and your normal summon is still Vandy Ruler, so you can just break their board, drop Ruler, and win. 2 Talents, just when I went first. I don't know, like I said, it's like I'm still working on this piece of the deck. The one Lancey, you need this. So the Ritual Beast matchup, hilariously enough, is like so toxic. It's literally whoever kind of goes first, because like if you go first for Drytron, you just search Lancey and you auto beat them, and if they go first, they just Protoss Call Light on you. So it's one of the most toxic matchups, but the fact that you're able to just search Lancey is kind of crazy. Evenly is kind of popular too. Against the decks where Ruler is bad, so like Flunder, like searching Lancey is really good. And that's it. And then like, you know, Storm, Harpies, any more back row hit, but paired with Evenly, you have like a lot. And then Call By for like Shifter, Droll, Ash, you know. Extra deck, still also like work in progress, but I kind of like every card in here right now that I'm playing. 2 beta. It was 3 for a bit because sometimes I'll go through 2 in the first turn combo if I'm playing like the unlocking combo. I showed that combo in my previous video. 1 Nightingale, 1 Fucho. Fucho's clean because when you get if they shotgun shifter, it kind of sucks, but if they're holding shifter to wait till you commit to the board and you go like Alpha Tribute Zeta, search Ben 10, they shifter you. You can go Zeta Tribute Ben 10, search Ritual Spell, search Lancia, make Fucho pass. You Lancia them, then when you detach from Fucho, your materials go for grave. They have to play under Lancia and you're not dying because of Fucho. So it's kind of nice. If you play against Tenpai too, they also just make you go first. Downward, it's to make it to where you always get to a format Zeus, because with Lurilisk in it, it's like pretty good. Zeus, your main board wiper, it's really nice because after you use it, you can just like ritual it away, and you can use Zeus plus Drytron to summon D-Man because it's exactly 5k. So that comes up like a lot when you go second. When you break a board, you Zeus them, summon a name, ritual both, just summon D-Man. It's pretty nice. Typhon, I considered playing a second Zeus, by the way. Like it's that good. And like sometimes you don't want this to get ripped by Unicorn. This is like the card you hit. Typhon, just another like last push effort to break a board. You can drop him with Ruler, and it's like really hard to deal with like when you're breaking apart a board, because you can go Little Draconids, swing over everything, drop Ruler, and then you can summon Typhon over the Draconids. Anima, sometimes it comes up, it helps you break through Apo. Dynamunda, this actually comes up quite a bit. You can use it to break a board, summon out Draconids, clear everything, summon Dynamunda, spin something, then tag back into Draconids or DMAD. You won't get the float effect from DMAD, but let's say they break your DMAD turn 1 and you don't want to ritual it back, you can just make Dynamunda and pass and then tag back into it, and you get the 2 negates. So it's pretty worth it. Then you have IP. Like sometimes like your boards can end on like IP, Ruler, Mubeta, something like that, and you want to make it like SP. Like it comes up as like another layer of interruption, because sometimes you just want to dump Gamma if you open like 2-3 names or so. Lina, this card's actually really nice. When I was playing Nib in the side, it was like really good because you can nib them, then you could summon like a Drytron name, make Lina summon a guy, crash the Lina, search for a Drytron name. It could either be like Mewtwo or anything else, and then you can just use that to like help break apart a board. So it actually comes up a bit sometimes, just like when you make it to crash it. Phoenix, I just wanted more like back row generic cards. SP, Access Code, I don't play Broadsword because again I don't play Natasha, so like it's not worth it. Zelantis was an option, but I don't play any of the take cards. It's not really that worth it. So Access Code just felt like the best generic like kill card and remove hate card, because your kill cards are really just your rituals. Like you're just resummoning those guys anyway, because Mewtwo is just like it's giving you access to everything. But Access Code is like good because of Lina, because if you Lina summon like Moon, you can just make Access Code and then start picking apart a board. The Napo, because some boards you can end, if your hands are like extra crazy, you can end on like Apo, Ruler, Mubeta, Beta Buster, and Unlocking. That's like your best board, and like that's like unbeatable almost. But that's it for the deck profile. I got like some more combos I'm going to be releasing too. I'll show you guys how to play around and do your own stuff with the deck. Like if you open Nova Alpha, you just can play around it. But be sure to like and subscribe. I'm like releasing videos like every single day before Nats. I'm not only going to do Drytron, I'm going to do Ritual Beast, Terra Elements. I'm trying to do everything except like Snake Eyes pretty much. The first video I did before was like Snake Eyes, like with the new Necroquip card, but I think there are other decks that people just aren't really like exploring because they're just complaining about Snake Eyes, which you guys should look into a lot of the cards of this new set because there are like a ton of like insane options. Alright, well, hope you guys enjoy the deck profile. This is Justin with Rampengu Nation, and see you guys.